It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, where it is our mission to try to bring you some news that you can use. Today is no exception to that rule. You can follow me on X at the Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And do check out our 24-hour stream on our website at obnradio.com. With all that being established, let us jump right into today's episode. Well, we know that the Panthers are set for an opportunity to represent the Western Division of the Southwestern Athletic Conference with a victory this weekend against the Alabama State Hornets. Kickoff time, of course, will be at 2 p.m. on the beautiful campus of Prairie View A&M University. Bubba McDowell, head football coach of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, have the Panthers primed and ready to strike as the Hornets will come in town. With the Panthers in position of this Western Division title, they simply have to win. And if the Panthers win, nothing else will matter. And that is what it's all about. So we'll see if the Panthers will be locked, loaded, ready to go for the battle of the Western Division title this coming weekend. In other news on the Hill, basketball season is upon us. The Panthers from the women's side of the hardwood will be in action tonight as they'll bring their 2-0 record to take on Tulane. Meanwhile, on the men's side of the court, the Panthers will do battle with Abilene Christians. They'll try to even their record at 2-2. So we got basketball in the air, and this coming week, you're going to have the volleyball tournament to take place on the campus of Prairie View A&M University. Coach Cherie Lindsay off to a fantastic start for this 23 season. You actually heard her sit down and chat with Miss Tamika Newman, our volleyball guru here from the Open Mic Broadcast Network. You can go back and check that out on our YouTube channel. Also heard from Alabama State, Miss Penny Lucas White, as she will be representing the Hornets as they are known for their successful run. So it'll be great to see how all of this unfolds. And the beauty about it is you get a chance to check it out right here on the campus of Prairie View A&M University starting this weekend. As we are heading to our final week of regular season football action for the Southwestern Athletic Conference, we'll have some Thursday night action. Mississippi Valley will take on the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. That, of course, will be in Huntsville, Alabama. Texas Southern will be taking on University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff on Saturday. You'll have the Alcorn State Braves will be taking on Jackson State from Jackson, Mississippi. That kickoff time as well will be at 2 p.m. And, of course, you'll have the big battle in Florida as Bethune-Cookman and FAMU will get together for their season finale. And we do know that the Grambling State Tigers and the Southern Jags, they'll have a bye this week, but they'll get a chance to meet up in New Orleans as they'll get ready for the annual Bayou Classic. Now, depending on who you're asking and what reports you want to believe, there is a lot of troubled waters in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, as we speak. There are rumors flying back and forth on the status of Coach Eric Dooley, and it's really, really a tough situation right now. Now, in the spirit of competition, you always want your team to win. You want your school to win. It's, about supporting your school. But just like anything else, with the high risk, comes a lot of reward, and potential fame can lead to a lot of potential blame. And the natives of Baton Rouge are not exceptionally pleased with the result of the Southern Jags and the performance of the Southern Jacks football program. And as a result, there is added pressure toward head football coach Eric Dooley. And there have been murmurs and whispers about there's a possibility that the school will go a different direction, but that is yet to be confirmed. But that's never a good situation to be in when the rumor mill is stirring up the way it is. That's the unfortunate part about being in the business of athletics, because the same people that'll promote you will be the same people trying to chop your tree down. So we'll keep a watchful eye to see how things will come from that. And speaking of that same category, another coach right down the road, Coach McKinney. Me personally, I think that this man has done an exceptional job building the program. Yes, you hadn't won as many games as you would like to have won, but when you look at the body of work and the spirit of competition and how these games have come so close, one play or another, you could be on the opposite side. This team has definitely improved, and the program as a whole has improved since Clarence McKinney has been there. And like I said, I don't have a voice in the room or a dog in the race, but it would really be nice to see if they would extend, even if it was for 1 year, to give them a chance to rebuild. Anytime your top player and your quarterback, in the case of Mr. Body, you got to overcome some things, and he's showing that he's had a little bit of depth and the adjustment and realigning, tightening up the belt. And the Texas Southern Tigers, I've said it from mid-season on, they are more impressive than what their record has been indicating. So we'll see how things are going. You got two first-year coaches rounding out their season, Coach Woody from Bethune-Cookman, Coach Wade from Mississippi Valley, and they're just trying to find their way through and grind their way through, which is all a part of being a Division I coach or being a coach on any level. It takes a lot of behind-the-scene total collaboration and cooperation to see these things through. We see what has happened up the road at College Station. I'm not going to talk about that because I can't feel bad for a man who's getting $77 million to not show up to work. Man, that's a tough dilemma to be in, right? I digress. Let me get back on course just for a moment. I was talking with a couple of buddies of mine and other coaches and people throughout the world of collegiate athletics, and we know that right now there was a big upset in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, which will be the opponent for the SWAC champion in the Celebration Bowl to take place December 16th from Atlanta, Georgia. Howard Bison upsetted the heavily favored North Carolina Central, and as we speak, Howard will be representing the MEAC in the Celebration Bowl. And of course, FAMU standing tall in the East, awaiting the final play of this weekend for their determined opponent for the SWAC championship game, which will be on December the 2nd. And the question that I had was this: although the MEAC is small in number, could it be that the MEAC has a slight advantage due to the fact that they don't have the championship game? And when I say that, just this weekend coming up will be the final weekend of MEAC play. And so they'll have their representative for the championship game awaiting and unfolding, watching film. I don't know if this is considered advanced scouting or what, but they'll watch film of the teams that are involved in this final stretch. Meanwhile, while they're going over the film of the potential opponents that they have, they would have a month. And my simple thinking is this: follow me if you can and correct me if I'm off base. They could, for the first 2 weeks, while they're trying to determine who they're going to be playing, could be developing a couple of new wrinkles to add to their offensive playbook to get those things adjusted and fine-tuned for the first 2 weeks. Once they establish who their opponent will be, they'll have 2 weeks to try and establish a defensive scheme to cure up and line up to whoever that said opponent would be from the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Could that be the secret sauce of how the MEAC has pretty much dominated the Celebration Bowl? Just something to ponder on. Would love to hear what you guys think about that. Be sure to drop your comments on our YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, or you can call in and leave your voice message on our 24-hour message line at 720-721-1558. I've been making this plea starting the early part of the week, and I'll continue to make the plea throughout the rest of the week and the rest of the season that remains. Let us show up and show out like never before this weekend to support the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. I am asking if we would dare to make this weekend Homecoming 2.0. The energy that could be brought to that stadium to help lift these guys to victory goes beyond measure. And if you've never competed on any level, but in particular on a collegiate level, Division I level, you'd be amazed at the shot in the arm that extra ump and looking into the stadium, seeing that there are no empty seats can give you that juice just to push a little bit harder. I know that PV Nation is a proud nation, and I know that PV Nation believes in the power of the Panthers, and I am simply requesting, if you can, if you would, and if you're able, show up this weekend, 2 p.m., and let's fill that place to capacity, and let's make noise like never before to encourage and help these Panthers win a Western Division title. PV Nation, who you rooting for? PVU. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and I am going to exit stage left. But until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.